Good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. We are in week 7 then of season 21 with the final couple of weeks for the teams to get points on the board as the grand final starts to loom large in the distance. And tonight we are back with GT2 and we are here at the historic Brands Hatch circuit in Kent for round 7. This is our third endurance round of the season, so after this week we've got one more week of sprint races, one more week of endurance to go, so the last chance now for the teams to rack up the points. And joining me on comms to go through all the action this evening is Mr. SBY. Good evening, Sean.
Good evening, Lee. How's everything going?
I'm very good. How is you?
I'm very good. I can't believe we're nearly at the end of the main season already.
Indeed, we're already at the 3 rounds to go to qualify for the grand final then. So 2 endurance races, one tonight, one in 2 weeks time, because next week with the final sprint week. Yeah, the season has absolutely flown by and we are now all to play for now. Can't afford many slip-ups now. Every point will matter from here on out. And how do you see tonight going then? Brands Hatch circuit, we both know very well. We've been there in person, we've driven it a lot, both fans of it, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, love it. Absolutely favourite circuit to drive. I know a lot of people don't like it, to that I say, what's wrong with you? It's very, you tend to get different people perform better at this track, I would say, than the usual running order. So I'll be looking out for a few surprises tonight. But it should be very interesting, because I think I'm safe in saying that GT2 is probably the closest contest we've got for at least for the individual title across the 3 divisions.
It is indeed, yeah. So very tight at the top at the moment between Blue Flag and Rom, who are duking it out for the individual crown. But we've also got the lurking in the background as well, the likes of
Switchback is P3.
Switchback's lurking.
He enjoys a lurk.
He does indeed enjoy a lurk. You've got
he's definitely the challenger, I'd say. Homer's, I think behind him, Homer and Lennon have got a very small chance, but they'd really have to pick it up with some 40 points there.
Yeah, very much so. The drivers heading out on circuit then for qualifying. We've got a 15-minute session ahead of us. Of course, with it being endurance week, means we do have a long qualifying session. And with it being the endurance week, of course, means a longer race as well then. So, just to go through, it's been a little while since we've done one of these. How does the endurance weeks plan out? So we've got a 15-minute qualifying session, as we just mentioned. Now, the drivers will start the qualifying on the tyres they want to start the race on. Now, the interesting thing I've seen there is at least 2 drivers who are on the soft tyre. One of them being Blue Flag, and the other one, I believe, was Joker. So 2 drivers on the medium tyres, everybody else on the mediums. Why is that important? Well, the drivers are only allowed 1 set of soft tyres across the entire 40-minute race. So you've got to use that soft tyre wisely and at a time appropriate too. So Blue Flag, of course, they can change in qualifying, so that those who are on the medium tyres at the moment could go into the pits at the end of this lap and stick the soft tyre on a qualifier, and that's not a problem at all. But interesting that 2 drivers are going different, doing something a little bit different, one of them being the current championship leader, Blue Flag.
Starting off on the softs means you really are banking on a good qualifying session and getting near the front of the grid, because you don't want to waste your soft tyres in the race being held up in the middle of the pack.
Very much so, because Brands Hatch, very tight, twisty circuits, very narrow overtaking opportunities, add a bit of a premium. I'll go on board with Blue Flag for a lap. Here we go then, up into Paddock Hill Bend. Stay left and tip into the right hander, clip the apex and plunge down the hill. This camera angle on the game does not do that hill justice at all. It is a steep drop.
Absolutely.
As we climb up the hill the other side into Druids. Long hairpin right hander, use the curve on exit. Down the left and into Graham Hill Bend. Right the curve there. The twitch having Blue Flag, he gets all the power then. Along the straight, then heading up to McLean's, I believe. Now up the straight we go, up towards Hawthorne. Drop down through. Onto Hawthorne on the fastest corner on the circuit there. Tip in a little bit of a twitch again. He's going to stay just about, gets it right. Ooh. I always forget the name of that corner. Always, I've forgotten it again. Can't do Dinger though.
Sheen?
No, this is Sheen.
No, that's not Sheen. This is Sheen. I've forgotten it as well.
Clearways.
Possibly.
That up there into
Yeah.
Sterling, which is the first corner, and down the straight looking towards Clark Curve, which is the final corner, brings us back onto the start-finish straight.
Looked a pretty tidy lap.
Blue flag, yeah, a bit untidy, but
Yeah.
time on the board. What we're looking at here is in the 24s, 24.2. So they expect the pole time to be in the 23s.
Rom going close.
Rom then on the mediums as well, 24.1
Yeah.
from Rom on the mediums. So that's a very impressive lap from Rom. Expect a lot more from Blue Flag if he can get a clean lap to get the Joker's gone third.
Impressed. Rom having the balls to go with the medium fast lap, flying lap. Yeah.
Romer's in the gravel at turn one.
Oh.
He just keeps it out though. Now for the eagle-minded amongst you, you may have noticed there's been a livery change for Rom and Homer. We've had a little bit of a... unfortunately, we've had some leavers this week, which means that we've lost our Red Bull team from GT1, we lost our Rebellion team from GT2, and therefore we introduced them. We set them up on a blind date. Things went well. They've copulated, and they've morphed into one. So Chubbs and Biggles in GT1 are now teaming up with Rom and Homer, and formed a new Rebellion team. So if you are the eagle-eyed amongst you, have spotted the change of liveries for the aforementioned, that is the reason.
Should note we've got a couple of stand-ins as well this week. We've got Oven from GT3 and also Fat Dane as well.
Yep, so Oven filling in for it's Derek, I believe he's on holiday. He's in at BWT, and then Dane is filling in at Braun in place of Bread, who unfortunately is down with food poisoning, so get well soon, Bread.
Yeah, absolutely. Got good support already in the chat for both Oven and Dane.
Of course, Dane is possibly the new most liked man in FTRL.
Of course.
Everybody all aboard the Dane train.
It's currently last.
12. Let's not do it a disservice like that. Quite short. Play that. Don't be doing that too. You'll get the community on you. You know what happens. There'll be a pile-in. You're gonna get cancelled. You're gonna get cancelled.
I'm just generating engagement. That's all it is. He's back. He's out on the soft tyres now anyway, Dane, so expecting to see an absolutely storming lap coming in.
Well, up front, your switchback has just missed out on going into 23, so 24.0. So one Braun sits in P12, the other one sits in P1, so it's a Braun sandwich.
Marley's having a lovely time in the pits. He isn't going to ban or anything, has he?
Don't believe so.
Don't think so, no.
What was last week? No, it was last week, no.
There we go.
His time. Oh, he's on his way, he's urgent.
Dane up to P8. There we go. Oh, I've woken Marley up, there you go.
Switchback purple then as he comes through Hawthorne.
Oof.
Half-second penalty though.
I thought that was a bit of a cut.
Curse the commentator, he's purple again as well, so we're kicking himself for that. Oh, he's lost it.
Oh, here he goes.
Saved it. Good save, very good save there.
It's just showboating.
Now, I didn't really highlight the fact that Mikey is currently P4.
I don't think we need to highlight that right now.
I think we do.
We definitely just ignore that.
We're going to watch him and see what happens. He's probably going to go off the straight, so now we've got the pressure on. The eyes are on him.
Turning right now. No, he's good. Can't improve though.
And I was just kind of pointed out that Zach looks like Sophie Ellis Bextor of Murder on the Dance Floor fame. more news on that as we get details. Improving to reigning champion at the moment, down P9 in the one motorsport car. I'm sure you'll be cheering him on though, Sean.
Come on, Lennon.
Come on, Lennon, hurry up.
Come on, Andy, get out of the pits.
Also now sitting in the pits, so he's now taking up refuge in the pit lane. Switch back then, currently on provisional pole. Rom now on the soft tyre. So keep an eye on him, what can he do? Today, Aaron says he's made the boys' liveries in about an hour today. So...
I don't want to say this, but I do. Mikey's purple through sector 2 by 1,000th of a second.
Oh, Better stay on board then. Are we going to see? He's taking the long way along the start finish straight. Very nearly off the circuit.
Oh, P3 in the end.
P3 ahead of blue flag. Mikey's the team leader, GT2. Who's driving for Mike? Come on, fess up. Who is it?
I have no idea where he lost half a second in that final sector, unless Rom just came through with a new time, which he might well have done, because switchback was ahead, wasn't he?
23s, yeah, Rom into 23s. 23.7 from Rom. Homer popped up to third as well. No, you're already wrong, Aaron. He's fourth. For God's sake, come on, keep up.
He's improved back to third, I think.
In the stream, please like the like button, or lick it and like it. Either way, all good. You do you. Lennon now running over the penalty. Mikey's in the gravel now. There we go. And having a moment, but he saved it. We've got blue flag kicking up some dirt as well. This is an improvement. It's currently P5.
Oh, Mikey's taken out both brake markers.
Controversial then. So meanwhile, Oven is half a second up in sector 2 as he comes out of Stirling. He's got a couple of slow moving cars ahead of him though. We were just waiting to start a lap to get out of his way.
1:23.4 for Rom. That is rapid.
Does Oven improve on P7? He improves, goes to P4. So Oven's P4 then. So our runaway GT3 championship leader is now very much asserting himself as a force to be reckoned with in GT2.
Blue flag has
next
just
season,
had,
perhaps.
Blue flag has just had a monster sector 1, 3/10 purple.
Oven's sector 1's purple as well. Let's go have a look at blue flag.
Fuel is starting
to burn. He knows his way
off
around here, so
yeah,
burn quite a lot of fuel off as well.
Oh, he's taken that corner very nicely.
Machine, the tyres squeal as he goes right up to the edge of the circuit. 3/10 purple as he comes through Stirling. This is going to be a pole or provisional pole for blue flag. Rom's 23.4. Might blue flag be able to deliver the 22s here. Into the final corner he comes. Straight. Is it pole? It is.
23.2. Lost a little bit in the final sector, but it's still a mighty time. It's going to be so difficult to beat.
On pits then for some fresh tyres. So current running order then is blue flag now on provisional pole from Rom, the two championship leaders, first and second. At the moment we've got switch back in P3, so the top three are the top three in the championship with Homer in fourth. Jade on P5, Mikey still in P6, excellent qualifying from him so far. And then Joker P7, Lennon's P8.
Switchback, looking at a good lap here. Doesn't bump him up a position. Still improves his time by a good amount though.
Yep, so Lennon out the pits, he's currently P8. Just Foster P9, we've got one gone backwards there. That is Oven, who's gone off at the back of Druids.
Oh, stay there.
Timmy Marley's currently P10 on an outlap. And we've got Dane P11 and Andy P12. Blue flag is pushing on there, all over the curbs. Can he go any quicker? Yeah, but there's maybe a back off lap. So he's going to get 3.5 seconds down, so he's not improving this time. What about Rom? Can he respond? This is an out lap. So he's not going to this time. We're going a quick lap at the moment. Homer is 0.3 of a second up. Westfield, that was the one. Westfield, it's always Westfield, I forget. And now Homer is now nearly half a second up here, so he could be challenging switchback for that P3. That's the gap between switchback and Rom. He need a couple more tenths then, so one corner to go. Can Homer back up his teammate?
Taking a little wide. He should still be okay.
Should probably cut back though. Down the middle of the track there, he thought that's a slightly longer route, and he just comes up short there of jumping ahead, so right onto the back of switchback then, just half a tenth back. Stays P4.
think Andy right now coming down for his, I think it's his first flying lap.
I think so, yeah.
It's going to be a 124. P10.
First lap on the board. His teammate's a bit of a one-lap late specialist as well. Oh, they dips the wheel into the gravel at paddock, gets away with it. Scatters some gravel onto the track. Flag and Rom are just coming around to start. I believe I should go to the start of that. Rom is coming around to complete. Looks quick. Oh, back onto pole goes Rom. 23-0. So the gauntlet swings back. And now he touches the gravel on the exit paddock as well, bringing some more gravel out. Can Blue Flag respond?
He's got this lap and then one more.
Oh, runs off on the exit of Druids. And Blue Flag's half a second down after the first sector, so this will not be the lap. Burn a little bit of fuel off. And I'll switch back. He is coming out of Sterling's. Into Clark Curve.
At that stage now where everyone's pushing just a little too hard. Nobody really improving their times yet.
Switch back to starting a lap. This will be his final lap. What about Homer? From into the pits then. Switching back to the mediums, interestingly.
Interesting.
Andor improves and Andor goes up to P9, so he's gone ahead of his teammate. And dips away with the gravel. Oh, just about saves it. Massive twitch from him. Oh, he got backwards. That was Oven. Backwards again on the exit of Surtees. Into the final 30 seconds of the session, then Rom on provisional pole. Blue Flag coming round. He'll get one more lap in.
Lennon is done for qualifying. He's just put two wheels into the gravel, so that won't be an improvement.
Malik into pits in, so he's not going to be doing another lap. And the session ticks over to 15 minutes in 10 seconds time.
Joker first across the line. No improvement.
Joker will get another lap in though. Again, the final laps then. Mikey using gravel.
Yeah, penalty.
Penalty.
Looks like
Pressure
a penalty.
immediately got to him. How's Blue Flag doing? He's 0.166 of a second to overhaul or to tie with one. So he's 0.167. He's 6/10 down, and so Blue Flag not improving on this lap. So it looks like Rom has got pole position.
It's going to make for a very
the line.
interesting first lap.
Andor improves again up to P5 then, so
wow,
Andy, despite only getting 3 flying laps in, up to P5 at the death. Dusty Fossil meanwhile has gone P6.
Great job from Andy.
Sweeps him down through Dingledell towards Sheen. Curb there on the inside, on the grass on the outside. You don't want to be out there. Half a second down now, so he will not be improving.
I think that
to the line, and he's 8/10 down, so like was predicted, does not improve.
I think that's it.
Joker now coming around. Can he improve on his P9? It's less than half a tenth behind Mikey. He improves, but comes off just 7,000 shy then, so Joker just missing out on the P7. So he will start in P9. Some very close gaps there. So Rob and Blue Flag there just over 1.5 tenths apart, and a bit of a gap between Blue Flag and Switchback, but Switchback then half a tenth ahead of Homer. He's 2 tenths ahead of Andor, who's a quarter of a second up on Dusty Fossil, but then you've got less than a tenth between Dusty Fossil and Oven, less than 200ths of a second between Oven and Mikey, and then 7,000ths between Mikey and Joker. So very tightly packed. Dane there, only 3.5 tenths off Marley. So very tightly bunched group.
We'll keep an eye on Joker starting on the soft tyres from P9. He'll be looking to make his way forward.
Indeed. In the pit lane.
Yeah.
So, for the timer to expire.
Well, get your predictions in from that.
There we go then. So, Qualifying result is Rom on pole position from blue flag. Switchback starts third ahead of Homer. Then we've got Andy and Dusty Fossil on the third row. Oven and Mikey sharing row 4. Good qualifying effort from Mikey there. Joker and Lennon share row 5, with Marley and Dane sharing row 6. So let's get some predictions in then. Who have we got? Of course, we've got 2 drivers starting on the soft tyre, Blue Flag and Joker, starting 2nd and 9th. How do we see this one playing out then? Is it Rolls? We know Switchback's good at the endurance races as well.
Yeah.
P3.
I mean, the top 2 clearly have a pace advantage, but this is not a track where it's really about that. So I'm trying to think of who we didn't really see in the gravel during that qualifying session, and I think Switchback is probably the one that stands out in that respect.
Potentially so then. So you'll pick for the win?
I'd tip him, yeah.
So SPY's going for Switchback. Who do I fancy? I think Blue Flag. He is very good around it.
Mm.
And of course it's a very tight narrow circuit, so it means he can defend very well. But we shall see. Strategy, of course, he's going on the soft tyre on the first stint, so he will need to be racy early on to make full advantage of the tyre benefit he's got then. But predictions in the chat, please, boys. Who do we fancy? Boys and girls, and everybody else. Who do we fancy this one? And 39 laps ahead of us. Wait for the lights then. The first light is on. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And week 7 endurance race is go. Oh, Ron with a big twitch there. Blue Flag's going to try and get alongside as they run up Paddock Hill Bend. But Rom's just about got him covered, and he's had a great start. He's up to 3rd. What happened to Switchback? So he's off in the gravel. 2 cars off in the gravel.
Around the outside.
Oh, it's just Mikey and Lennon. Mikey and Lennon then off at Paddock Hill Bend. Blue Flag into the lead.
It's absolutely vital for him.
Round goes Dusty Fossil. As well, he's backwards coming out of Druids.
This is the start we expected.
What a start from Andy, then up from 5th to 3rd. Switchback's gone backwards to 5th. So, tardy start from Switchback. But great start from Andy, put himself into the podium place, but he's got Homer now all over the back of him. Blue Flag did exactly what he needed to do on those soft tyres, get out front. He's got to try and pull away.
Rom's got to find some way to hang on.
Just needs to keep in touch, doesn't he, really?
Yeah.
Andy on the soft tyre as well then, so...
Yep.
That might have been a contributing factor to his excellent start. Bit of a gap in the top 5 already. Marley's up to 6th then, so he's had a good start as well there, ahead of Oven. So the 2 BWT cars, 6th and 7th.
Dane P8.
Dane's P8, Joker's 9th, where he started.
He's really pressuring Oven as well for P7 as they come around the final corner. Drop back a little bit now.
Yeah, now Joker on the back of him. And we've got the recovering drivers, Lennon in 10th, Dusty Foster 11th. Oh, Mikey's had another drama, he's down to 12th.
Oh, Joker's absolutely sent it and he's off.
Oh, in the gravel. Kicking up dirt. Not a great opening. Oh, who's that off? That's one of the Rebellion cars as well. There's been contact, has there? Well, Homer's been off as well. So Homer's been off as well from 4th.
Oh, so I've never seen such a safe send from Joker. He was probably at least a full car's width away from Dane. He just fired straight past him and straight into the gravel.
So, plenty of dramas. Oh, Mikey's having another moment.
Oh, Mikey. He's
got on the curb on the exit Grey Hill Bend. We don't know where he is. He's facing the wrong way.
Mikey, there's 12 drivers here. You can't just finish last and expect to be P11. Come on.
But up front, so we've got Halford's Uasa's sandwich. At the minute, Blue Flag leading now by 1.5 seconds. Already starting to just edge away from Rom and Andy in 3rd on those soft tyres, keeping Rom very honest. This stage Switchback then now back up to 4th with Homer's demise. We're now 5th, Owen's now 6th, Dane's now 7th. Above Dane Drake, Lennon back up to 8th. Homer in 9th and Joker and Dustin together. Oh, what's going on?
He just touched half a wheel to the outside going into the final corner and he looked in danger of running wide. Managed to get it stopped though. All he needs to do, and I'm absolutely not cursing him in any way before I get any hate, He just needs to keep it on the track. You've seen the number of incidents we've had already.
Yep.
All he has to do is keep it on the track.
4 or 5 spinners in the first 2 laps of the race. But sort of got round a lap.
Yep.
Not any further dramas.
Blue flag, 2.5 seconds.
2.5 seconds already, yeah. Blue flag is away and running a 23.4 on lap 2. Already back into sort of qualifying range.
Got Owen in the chat saying Mikey is about to enter his villain arc.
Mikey's villain arc, unfortunately. Mikey's villain arc only affects Mikey. Mikey's his own enemy.
Although, having said that, Lennon's also in the chat while driving again. Cut it out, Lennon, saying I took Mike out.
From pushing the boundaries at Sheen there. Got 2 wheels almost over the grass. Very easy to do, and you don't want to be risking yourself this early on. Then long way to go in this one. On lap 3 of 39. So just trying to settle down a little bit. The front 4 have pulled away. Marley sat in P5 though, had an excellent start. So back from the back of the grid, stayed out of all the trouble ahead of him.
That act of unprovoked aggression from Lennon on Mike seems to have settled Lennon down, because he's now back and challenging Dane for P7 coming into Paddock Hill. He's on the inside.
And he goes
barely
clean, but Dane's going to switch it back.
Oh, it's a fat Dane switch back. How about that?
Dreams. And then catches the curve and a bit of a wobble. Ooh, another one on that. Oh, he's had another one on the grass. Down the hill, takes out the marker. Where's he going? He's got back on, but Homer's got through. Oh, he's got round.
Oh, no,
he's still having an accident.
I'm going to look away.
250 metres after he started.
It's a never-ending accident for Lennon.
Back onto the circuit and finally pointing the right way, but with dirty tyres there, Lennon.
Oh, man.
Having a shocking couple of corners there. Slipped on traction out of the Druids. And actually all the way down the hill through Grahamore Bend. Trying to clean the tyres up now. Heads down through Pilgrim Drop.
Andy's closed right up to the back of Rom, P2.
Getting him all the way back down again, and Andy is all over the back of Rom. Gap to the lead is now just sort of held. Andy thought about a move there into Clark Curve, but not quite close enough. But it's coming. Rom's taking the wider line. Andy keeps tight. Can he get the slipstream up the start-finish straight? Go for a move into Paddock Hill Bend. He's closing. It's not close enough. Waits for his opportunity, but Andy now. Thought the aero wash there might have put him into the gravel, but he's held it nicely. Look, already getting heavy tyre wear on those soft tyres.
Yeah, I mean, blue flags are not. I was a bit surprised. It looked like Andy might have been ruining his tyres, but having said that, looking at blue flag, it's not much difference. I think it's just the tyres.
Yeah, very much the same.
It's just not going to last that long.
Yeah, not on a full tank anyway. It's Rom. Oh, and there's a twitch there through. Oh, he's had a bigger twitch. He's on the grass.
Oh, he needs to keep his point the right direction.
And they're almost undid all that work. He's just giving Rom a little bit of breathing room there, but he's gathered it up nicely. He needs to be careful just those fourth ones while he's got dirt on his tyres still.
If you're Andy here, I don't think it's unfair to say that his battle is not with Rom in this race. So do you just sit with him and do those sort of times and don't risk going off into the gravel?
He done it, that gets away with it again though, but now he's dropped back and into the clutches and switch back. Yeah.
He can switch
so
back.
easily done it, Sheen, isn't it? You want to carry the speed, but it narrows and obviously tightens so much on the exit that if you're just half a second too late, you're in the grass and the gravel. Again, kicks up the dirt the final corner.
It's painful because if you get Sheen right, then you can carry that speed. So in your mind, you know it can be done. If you get it slightly wrong.
Switch back then, making the move. And he then just has to regroup now. And that front left tyre already causing him dramas.
Oh my! There's some very wide lines going on here. Owen is now going to challenge Marley for P5, and he's got him.
BWT cars yet, not fighting each other too hard. Through them goes Owen. Marley was his teammate.
Very nearly in the gravel. I don't think he let him go deliberately.
And the battle's on for P7. Homer's up to 7th. Joker's in the back, mixing 8th. We've got Dane in 9th. And Dusty Fossil not far behind. Lennon also closing back up again. So, train going on here.
I think probably by virtue of being one of the only ones not to have had an accident so far, but Dane's been very kind on his tyres.
He is, the medium tyres, they're not wearing too badly on anybody really
No.
at this stage, I think. Medium
It's
tyres
got a
hanging on
little
nicely.
bit-
There, of course, they'll be the tyres to
Yeah.
use mostly through this race. Someone kicks up a bit of dirt there at Westfield. Down through Dingledale. The BWT boys get through Sheen. Owen's fine, Ardy's fine.
Lennon was very much not fine there. He's just coming up now to Sheen.
Okay then, so we need to settle down a bit now. Let's go and check again on Andy then. So maybe the tyre wear has just caught him out a little bit on that lap. Front left tyre, of course, now starting to go away. Lead gap, however, Blue Flag doing a good job up front. 4.3 seconds in the lead. Lap 7. So it does look like the soft tyre is going to be the limiting factor here in terms of stint length. But,
Yeah.
we're looking at about 13 laps, so probably obviously the medium tyre looks to be fine. And the
Yeah, it's
fuel
whether
system, so
the-
it looks like a two-stop race, this one.
I think it certainly has to be a two-stop race. It's whether for
Running a
some of
little
these
wide at
guys,
Hawthorn.
yeah, you're gonna have to put in a good sort of 15 laps on the mediums. It looks like.
Looking at the wear on sort of Rom's car halfway through, that's
Should be okay.
negligible
Yeah.
wear really, isn't it? So yeah, I think the medium tyre should hold on nicely. So standard two-stopper.
Blue Flag sort of must have had a moment somewhere.
Yeah,
that gap's
Hawthorn,
come
he
down.
ran deep at Hawthorn on the grass on the outside, just about gathered up, but lost about a second to Rom. And
He's
that's
going for another lap.
Second hand, so when do the soft tyre runners pull the pin? And he has regrouped. He's now just starting to close down on switchback a little bit again for the battle for P3.
Of course, unless they've been doing full practice runs, the guys on the soft tyres won't really know how slowly the mediums are wearing. So if that was me and I didn't know, I'd be a bit worried right now about
Joker then,
making it to the end on 2.
Joker then, despite being on 7-lap old tyres, just at his personal best, 24.6. He's now looking to make a move at Homer at Druid. Not quite close enough, although Homer's been spooked wide. Joker does get down the inside now, and I think Homer's just going to let him go here.
Yeah, nicely done from Joker. Oop.
A bit of a twitch there though. Homer might fancy a go back at him. Into Surtees.
It's so tempting to have a go into the inside of that corner because everybody takes the wide line.
Joker now half a second up on his personal best on this lap, so the fuel coming off is bringing these soft tyres to life, even though they are 7.5 laps old. Well, apparently he's just had a massive moment at Graham Bend. He has indeed, because that lead gap is now 7.5 seconds. So, and it's dropped him right back into the clutches of Switchback. Sorry. So Blue Flag is leading comfortably now and is going again. However, I feel this might be his last lap on these tyres.
I think he's made the most of them though.
Rom's moment has definitely helped him out massively because that's a very big lead now. He's going to do a 28.8 that lap from Rom, so that's 4 seconds he's lost there. That lap, Switchback now all over him. Joker's cleared Homer and now trying to close down on Marley. Up to 2.2.
Yeah, it's just those 1 or 2 moments that'll do it because Switchback's not been anywhere near as fast as Rom, but he's just been super consistent.
Oh, Joker's at the gravel. Oh, he saved it.
I'll say every lap Switchback's been within a few tenths of each other.
Yeah, that's why Switchback is very good. He's very consistent. So you can see 24.6, 24.6, 25.0, 25.0, 25.3, 24.7, 25.0. So yeah, back.
Andy's staging a bit of a recovery, but that front left is now pretty much dead. He will have to come in this lap.
Yeah, he's kind of had that gap pegged since he's regrouped. Yeah. So back under 2 seconds again. Yeah, that tyre now is probably done.
Oh, so. Dane's facing backwards.
Oh no.
Exactly what's happened there. Touching that grass on the outside will spin you around just like that.
Right, basically that is in. So first round of pit stops coming up. So the soft tyres have lasted 9 laps on a full tank from the start. Ron will take the lead. Switchback will go through, and he's going to carry on. Interestingly. Now looking at that front left tyre,
God.
That's a brave call.
I don't think brave's the word I'd use.
Well,
he's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Oh, God.
Confidence there from the GT1 teammate. Joker is in. Yeah, so Joker's tyres is probably slightly better condition than Andy's, and he's pitted, so that's brave goal from
Left-hand turns only for Andy from this point onwards.
I was going to say, there's only 3 of them, and he's already done
one.
one.
For this, he's going to work for this corner, and that's it.
We've also got Sterling. He'll be alright in Sterling. So, yes, Hawthorne could be an interesting experience for him.
Yeah, it'll be dead long before then.
That said, he's only 2.7 seconds to lead. So blue flag's come out in P5, and he's ahead of Marley. Well, that might be critical for him. He's got a bit of clear. He's got a second up the road to Oven.
Alright, that tyre is
now. There's a big
now...
gap there, so if he can clear Oven quickly. And he is now hemorrhaging a bit of time. That front left tyre is now gone. It's all red.
So careful through these corners now. He's doing the right thing.
A lot of time. He can probably send it through Sterling's. Look at the tyre situation. Rom's tyres are in better condition than the Switchback. He's also slightly better on fuel.
Please come in, Andy. Oh, good. He's made it.
There was genuine desperation in your voice then. Please come in, Andy. Blue flag. Side by side with Oven as they cross the line. They're going to go the long way. Oven on the inside. Blue flag on the outside. But Blue flag's going to get it done before they get to the braking zone. And sweeps around the outside. Keeps it out of the gravel. And back up to P3 he goes. That could be a critical for his race then. Of course, the 2 guys ahead of him, Switchback and Rom, still have to use the soft tyre. It's kind of this stage now where they're on the same tyre. It's about whether or not Rom can extend the advantage, whether he's got less fuel, but his tyres have obviously got a bit of wear. And Switchback's tyre, Switchback's front left is a lot heavier used than Rom's is. He's hanging on to Rom, but tyre squeal from Rom then. He's actually had a bit of a moment again. Switchback is closing back in again then, so Rom's not having it all his own way, a bit scruffy. A couple of moments.
Switchback's absolutely ruined his tyres.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know how he's done that.
The difference is, Switchback's probably about over halfway worn now, where Rom's is maybe a third, just over a third.
Yeah. Approaching off, I can see others further back. They're a lot better than that. Oven's is. Tyres are a lot better.
Tyre, has he really?
Yeah.
He's 11 laps in, so potentially one stop. This probably not on fuel, but
yeah, Dane's still doing well despite his spin.
Yeah, so
I don't know. One stop. I think it can be done. Very.
The soft tyres only do 10 laps.
Yeah, you'd have to drive the softs very carefully.
I'm not sure it's going to get there either, is it?
Yeah, true.
Or is it?
I mean, you could always stick a bit of fuel. Yeah, you could always stick a bit of fuel. So if fuel looks like it will do about probably about 20-21 laps if you're careful. So yeah, it's probably not the best idea.
Yeah, doable. Keeps some dirt in the background, but now blue flag having cleared of and has not pulled away, as much as I thought he might. Still within a second of him.
He's still there. He's having a very good race so far.
Not really closing down here. Pagani just made a point that he could double medium this.
I was going to ask that question, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot, having already done like 6 weeks of this season. I didn't know whether you had to use the soft tyre or not.
Interesting. Maybe some should we feed that back to Carl? Just a hint. Maybe. So I'm aware of the guys who have stopped then. So Andy is out in P7. He's just behind Marley with his teammate, and then Joker is now in P10, just behind Dusty Fossil. After spin is P11, and Mikey, after such a good qualifying, also got fairly ruined front left tyre. He's had more dramas than maybe most.
I think he's had more dramas than everyone else put together.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, he's got another penalty.
Another penalty. He's already a minute and 4 off the lead, so it's not been the promise shown in qualifying has not followed through to the race, unfortunately, for Mikey so far.
I can't believe it.
Ron then personal best in sector 2 as he heads up then through Pilgrim's Drop.
Sorry, I'm going to try and be a bit nicer. I've been an absolute bitch so far tonight.
Yeah, horrible man, leave him alone. So say something supportive about it now to feel better, balance it out.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Okay, well, forget that. It clearly doesn't deserve anything positive. Mikey, what are you doing? Well, he served his penalty. That's a good thing, right? There we go. There we go. Something positive. He served his penalty. Well done, Mike.
He's in the wall and trying to get going again.
Served it with style. He's
down.
had minimal disruption now. He's lost the least amount of time from that penalty by spinning just before.
Oh god. It's just he just switched up in a second, and then the penalty was just like, nope. Oh no, he's in the gravel. Oh, I'm going to cut away. This is too much.
Oh god. Oh no.
In the gravel.
I'm going to say we'll avoid his discretions, but the leaders are coming round to catch him, so they're going to see them anyway.
Also, Rom's just seen the yellow flags. Fortunately, Mikey is. There you go. Something good to say. He's had the good sense to wait out the way.
Mikey's now just a second and a half behind the race leader. There we go.
I did see that. I think it's a single player glitch. It might have been in the multiplayer that I saw recently. People posting it online where some people had come back in like off the track having been lapped down, and it suddenly transported them to P1. I thought maybe Mikey's seen that and that's his tactic, but
it hasn't worked thus far.
Oh god.
What's going up? Oh, Rob's been off because we've got a new leader. Switchback leads.
Switchback.
I've just switched a blue flag, and I was about to say that the gap has stayed at about 14 seconds, and he hadn't really closed in. And then it was 12 seconds, and I was like, "Oh, Rom's had a moment." He has had a moment, so another moment from Rom.
I think the yellow flags were obscured by Mikey being in the wall.
Mikey has at least ceded position to his teammates, so we've got two US cars together on track. Well, it has now been dropped a little bit by blue flag. And Homer, after that early spin, has recovered. Having P5, well, he touched the grass there through Dingle Dell. That was an interesting place to be on the edge of the circuit. And P6 has cleared Marley.
Still really, really solid from Oven. He's only about 10 seconds back from Rom.
Oven's tyre looking very second hand now.
Yeah, Switchback has done 15 laps. He's going to have to come in soon, though. I do think some of these... Yeah, they're going to go fair way here.
Yeah, well, it looks like this will be Switchback's last lap for the pit stop.
Yeah.
So, now he's at the moment as well. Everybody's trying to throw it away then. Rom's now 4 seconds in arrears. So...
Love this track.
It's a formidable opponent, this circuit. When you get it right, it feels absolutely beautiful. The undulation, it flows, the mix of corners.
Absolutely.
It's like when it hooks up, but it's just waiting to bite you, isn't it? Everywhere. This blue flag down at 11.6 off the lead. Two ahead of him, doing their best to throw it away now. Yeah, switchbacks. So he's fine on fuel, but he'll have to pit this lap because of that tyre on. Carry on, probably for a couple more laps yet.
I mean, we've seen the softs do 9 laps, so if you're going to do a 2-stop, this is probably the optimum lap to be pitting anyway.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you didn't have a full tank of fuel, you could maybe get 10, maybe 11 laps out of the soft tyres. Switchback
Here
pits.
he comes.
What does Rom do? Rom's going to carry on.
I've not seen anyone pit and not hit one of the walls on the way in yet.
That's standard entry.
Yeah, just quicker.
Send it. And then he's going to go around. Homer's in. Meanwhile,
I think Pagani in the chat is spot on, saying 15-15-9 for Zach.
Homer there didn't hit the walls. So.
Yeah, well done, Homer. A lot more fuel than Switchback when he came in as well. Which could help him.
Close the gap up then, Switchback on his way. And he's going to join right in front of Andy.
Oh!
He has to go a little bit wide, gets a little bit spooked by the car coming out, but the battle's on. So these two who were battling beforehand are battling again. Now Switchback's back out on the medium tyres.
Yeah. And then just behind, but he has yet to pit, so he'll be dropping off this shortly.
Mikey there as well, and Marley's about 3 seconds back. Yeah. I'm just showing that Oven's tyre load. Look at Oven's tyres.
That's incredible.
He's been
I don't know how he's doing
there.
that.
You would not believe that this is his first season in GT.
No.
And this is not a car that he drives a lot. He's probably only practiced this evening.
I think he is running the traction control, which is probably helping him. I think he's running the traction control. He might not be actually.
Yeah,
oh, he is.
Yeah.
It's just not kicking in at the minute.
It would help the rear tyres, but that's the front tyre, which means he can smooth the steering inputs really more than anything, isn't it? Not pushing too hard through the corners.
Just watching him now, and to be fair, he does look it. Unfortunately for him, he's low on fuel, which is going to limit him. Otherwise, he could seriously think about the could seriously think about the one stop. Although, as was said in the chat by Pagani, is could quite easily do medium.
I wonder if Rom's trying this. He's still got nearly a quarter tank of fuel. I wonder if Rom's trying to one stop this.
Quite possibly.
Maybe he's changed strategy.
I'm gonna double check the rules.
You only have to use the soft. You can only land one soft tire. Medium tire is compulsory. You can only use the soft tire once. I think it's the only rule. So.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, yeah, I don't think you have to run the soft tire at all. No. So if we see something alternate happening from Rom, that would then put him back into technically the net race lead.
Yep.
It does appear to be what he's playing for.
He will have thought about this, Rom. He won't have just come cold into this race, not having thought about the strategy. So,
So the
he needs to go a couple more laps.
Almost what boys have cleared switchback. So despite coming out ahead of them, he's now found himself behind them. But Lennon has yet to pit, and his front left tyre is very second hand. I don't think he's going to be able to get to the lap he needs to do the one stopper. But
nah, it's the one motorsport strategy. Just push the tyres till they fall off. And he's already shown it can be done.
So is he going to pit this lap? He's fine on fuel, but let's say it's the tyre that's going to be the limiting factor for Lennon here.
Yeah. See what he does. He's in.
Lennon's carried on. Is he going to try and get to a position to do it? That's 18, a bit in like 36. He needs to find a little bit in the second half of the race.
Yeah, he just needs the extra lap in the second stint. But to be honest, he's had more than enough accidents along the way here that would have wrecked the tyres a bit. So the tyres are definitely capable of doing a bit longer.
Well, he's in as well, and so both the BWT cars pit. Rom's lead is now 6.2 seconds. I believe like he's chipping away.
Dusty Foss under all sorts of pressure from Homer, who's just come out of the pits.
Yep. His tyres are okay. He's got a bit of fuel yet, so again, I think Carl's probably going to be trying to play for the one stopper. Joker has been released, so he's off and running. Again, he's on the two stop.
I think he's just got to let Homer go at some point.
Unless he's going to try and back him up for Joker, perhaps.
He's taking the defensive line. Give him that.
Grass.
Is there a route through for Homer? Not yet. Oh.
Homer's wide then through Westfield. Dusty Fossil's went a bit deep now. Dusty Fossil's got the red light in his. Oh, he's wide there. He's on the grass. That's going to be the door open for Homer. Through he goes. So Carl there just missing his braking point. Now, has he got a lap? Has he got fuel for one more lap? One more lap would probably do him right. Is he going to bail out and pit? He's in the pits.
Rom is now half distance. I think pretty clear by this point what he's going for.
Yep.
Blue flag's going to have a bit of catching up to do.
So does he? He's probably got enough fuel for one more lap as well. So Rom might go for the 20 and then the 19.
Makes sense.
The gap to blue flag's actually gone out a little bit again. So up to 7.8 seconds. I think blue flag's had a moment somewhere. 25.3, 25.7. So if actually Ron was actually faster on that last lap. Obviously the fuel situation is probably helping him a little bit, even though he's got significantly more worn tyres.
Lennon's on the grass. Oh, he's caught. He's recovered it. I mean, that car's got no fuel and no tyres. He's basically Flintstoning it to the pits at this point. Switchback
though was dropped back as well, so despite his misdemeanors, a bunch of Switchback's had a moment somewhere on this lap as well. And we can send it through Sterling's because it's his right hand tyre being worked hard, but Lennon will be in this time. So he can get the car turned into the pit lane. He can just. Through goes Switchback then. Joker's coming around as well. So yeah, contrasting strategy then. Some people are going for the 1, some people are going for the 2.
Yeah.
Yellow flag. What was that?
Don't know. Can't see anybody off. Must have just been a quick one. I can hear tyres squealing all over the place. I don't know.
Possibly Joker. I'm wondering if Joker may have had an excursion somewhere. No, it was ahead of Switchback, I'm sure it was. So, I don't know. Mystery yellow flag. Up front then, Rom leads. He's probably going to have to pit this time, but he's now got over halfway, so Rom's one-stop strategy is very much in play.
I think the amount we've seen tonight, maybe the marshals were just preempting an accident.
Where's Mike in the track? He must be coming round. In then comes your race leader. Now, what does Blue Flag do here? I think he's going to have to just push.
Got to get a few more laps out of this set of tyres.
What's probably going to be the limiting factor here? Do you want to the lap time drop off? Let's look at Rom's lap time. So his lap times be steadily dropping off, but then if anything, when the fuel comes away, you kind of got quicker again. So back into the low 25. So tyre drop off's not too bad. So if anything, you probably want to run the fuel down then, don't you? So
yeah.
So we saw this in the special week, didn't you? Especially at Fuji, you noticed that the tyre drop off was minimal. So really, it was stationary time in the pits that was the big decider. Andy was one who played that one brilliantly that way because he got himself right in that battle for P4 by running long on the second stint, not changing tyres.
Keeping the fuel load down.
That said, he's trying his best drift impression out of Graham O'Ben there. Just about salvages it. So Rom's quite a P4. He's 22.4 seconds off the lead, but on a full tank of fuel.
Blue Flag is going to have to go quicker than the sort of 126s that he's now setting. I think if he wants to be ahead come his pit stop. Of course, he'll come out with fresher tyres than Ron, but even so, he'll then still have to overtake him.
Yeah, so Pagani pointing out, it'd be interesting how much shorter the pit stop is for Blue Flag. Obviously, he's going to need less fuel.
Is it worth him somewhat, undercutting after a fashion by coming in sooner because he's now setting 127s? I think the longer this goes on, the further ahead Rom is going to be.
Doesn't seem to have had the same pace on the medium tyre. Not seems to have got into the groove.
No.
Scruffy couple of laps here, like I say, 26.3 to 27.1. The tyre itself is in fairly good nick, but if you look at what Rom was doing, 25s, 24s, 25s. So yeah, Rom just seems to have the better pace at this stage on that tyre life. Obviously, there is his moments definitely played a factor. Whether or not Rom would have followed the two-stop strategy had he not had his moment, we never know. But the order then is currently as follows: lap 22 of 39. Blue Flag is your race leader by 16.3 seconds over Andy in P2. Switchback is P3. And with Rom in P4, and he's 20 seconds now, so that gap's coming down quickly. It's 24, it's now just 20, so I don't know if Blue Flag's had a moment. Joker's up to P5, but is due a pit stop in the not too distant future. Then we've got Homer in P6, then we've got Oven P7, Lennon now in P8 after his stop. He's splitting the BWT cars. We've got Marley P9, I was going to say he's battling, but he's got Mikey behind him, he's a lap down. Steve Osler in P10. The Dane train is in the pits, topping up on some juice. And then that's the aforementioned Mikey in P12, just up behind Marley at the moment. Oh, change for P2. Switchback is second, then Andy is third. So again, Andy, we saw having some issues late on the stint last time around. And again, just been caught out by the dropout of his tyres a little bit. Is that a moment somewhere? Maybe, probably Sheen, I imagine. That's elevator switchback back into second place. Rom is lurking in the background as well, closing in. In fact, he's just at a personal best first sector. It's about being fat with fuel. Fresh tyres and everything put to good use.
So what's our net running order when all this shakes out? Blue Flag and Rom are going to be very, very close.
Yeah, I think the fact that Rom's taken 4 seconds out of Blue Flag is going to be key. Yeah, like
then switch back. He's still looking at a stint on the softs though.
And he's having a moment in the background again.
And then I think it would be close between Andy and Oven. Because Joker and Homer still definitely both the stop as well.
So So Andy is 19 seconds back from the
Yep.
lead. Oven is... Oh, Leonard's
where's
lagged out.
Leonard gone? Oh no.
Oven is 7, is 39, so 20 seconds between Oven and Andy. So yeah, that's going to be tight between those guys. Now, concern is Oven's fuel.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like he's put enough fuel in, so I wonder if he's switching to a two-stopper. Joker's in, meanwhile, from P6. This will be his second and final stop. Now, he's really burnt those tyres out because we pitted lap 9, 23, so what's that, 14 laps?
Andy's definitely holding Rom up now, and he's nearly binned it. Should let Rom get round the outside, maybe. No, Andy's going to send it. Hold him up a bit longer.
Oh, and a massive slide. Oh, good save. Great save from Andy, but that's going to put Rom, I think maybe just had to lift there just to avoid hitting the back of him.
No idea where these tyres are going.
Some people seem to be struggling with tyre wear a lot more than others. It's weird. I say blue flags.
It's not weird when you see corner exits like that from Andy.
Well, no, that might be a big extending factor. Blue flag it in then, so race leader is in. So this now is the critical stop. Oh, he's spun in the pit lane. Oh, he's got away with that. He dropped it there on the final part, but he picked him up and he's in the pits. So Rom then coming down to the final corner. Blue flags, the fuel's going in.
Rom's been significantly held up this lap.
The gap stayed about the same. Blue flag still putting the fuel in. Rom coming along the start finish straight. I think Rom is going to clear him.
Yeah.
Rom going into Paddock Bend. Blue flag on his way.
It's a reasonable gap.
Well, Homer's going to get in front of blue flag here as well. That's going to be key then for blue flag's race. He's now got Rom's teammate to clear. So what's the gap then? Blue flag to Rom is 6 seconds. That's a big gap.
Yeah,
that's a big gap.
Pretty much similar to when he came in, actually.
Yeah,
we're pretty close.
It's a little bit. Oh, Homer gets out on the dirt. A massive slide.
Homer's got to do everything he can to help his teammate here.
Yeah, Homer's not really under any pressure at the moment.
This is chaos here. We've got Andy still in front of Rom, and they've now got the Fat Dane who's been blue flagged, but has not pulled over yet, and he's going through the corner in between the two of them. There, he's got out of the way now. Well played, Dane.
Good job there. Now Andy has to pit this lap.
Kept it calm.
So Rom's doing a sensible thing here. All he needs to do really is just stay behind him. You know he's going to clear him a second. He's got a big gap back.
Yeah.
To blue flag, and he's got his teammate in between him as well. So Rom can...
switchback's in the wall.
Oh no! Out of Sterling's, he's probably caught the grass on the outside, and the race leader
spins around into that wall.
Here comes Homer blue flag here as well, probably.
Oh, it's going to be very close. I think he's going to. Is Homer going to send it through
in time, isn't he? Yeah, he's just gathered up in time.
Homer's now even more interesting for the front two. Andy's gone round again. Has he got the fuel?
The inside goes Rom.
He's got to finally had enough.
Side. Move done.
Yeah.
Rom retakes the lead.
Yes, nicely parked by Rom. Andy was looking for the switchback. There was no room.
I'm looking for the move at the inside of switchback, and now Blue has to go on the outside, but Homer slams the door in his face.
This will be infuriating for Blue Flag. Finally, a taste of his own medicine.
I think he got some of that last week, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, true.
Switchback, to be fair, so I think Switchback did it back to him last week, so... Karma is a beautiful thing. In the battle, then P6, and so that's where we're looking at Andy and other than it. So Andy hanging onto the back of Rom still. I've been pulling around this lap. He'll have to pit this lap because he's almost out of fuel. Oven is now 18 seconds behind, so that gap's come down, and having just seen how much time Blue Flag came up behind,
I'm appreciating
Oven will clear him.
I'm appreciating the symmetry at the back of the pack here, because Fat Dane is 45 seconds behind Dusty Fossil and Mikey is 45 seconds behind Dane.
So Blue Flag has just cleared Homer at Sheen, so that's one done as Andy pits. Oh, and Homer's off with the gravel at Clark Curve. Going a little bit hot there. Now, where does Andy filter back in relative to this man on the screen? Oven. Fuel still going in, so Oven's going to go by. Still fueling up. Yeah, Owen's going to comfortably clear him then, so Andy's going to have to chase him down. Should just come out ahead of Marley. Having a bit of a weave there, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe just a weave to say hello. I'm on stream. Look, Mum, I'm on telly. Joker then trying to close down on Marley. Got 5 seconds.
Owen's got to be going to the end.
Yeah, Owen's
got to be.
I think he's connected to that, hasn't he? So
Yeah.
27:39.
He's either going to be fuel saving or pitting there.
Lap times are consistent. Sort of 25 feet. He's getting quicker. 24/7 on that lap. So
he's going to have to save a bit of fuel, though. There's no two ways about
fuel
it.
saving to do, isn't he? Yeah. So
I think that would be preferable at this point to pitting.
To be honest, 7.4 over Switchback, who is still circulating. As he pull in for the soft tyres, Blue Flag now 2.3 seconds behind him, but he's now 9 seconds off the lead. So Rom has edged away. 25.8 from him that time with 24.3. So Rom is significantly quicker at this stage of the race on the same tyre. And that gap is just edging out then. So Rom does seem to have it covered on pace. 25 flat, so consistent lap times from Oven. So whether or not Andy can chase him down. Andy's 8.8 seconds back. This will be his first flying lap, or full flying lap. So see at the end of this lap whether or not Andy can make any headway on Oven. Joker is trying to close down on Marley. He's bringing Dusty Fossil with him. Dusty Fossil's now on the 2 stopper because he's on less than a quarter of a tank. So
yeah,
into some soft tyres.
Ron putting in some very quick lap times at the minute.
And yet still maintaining his fuel very nicely.
Blue Flag's got a lot to do.
The gap is now up to 10 seconds in fact, yeah, so Rom continues to pull away, in fact, up front. Switch back in on his teammate for the evening. And to switch back, bail out for the soft tyres. Probably not yet, he probably wants to wait at least one more lap, he probably won't do any more than 10. Seeing what we saw earlier. Now, with Homer still needing a pit, Orvan potentially here could get P4, which I think would be a very impressive run from him.
Begani in the chat saying Oven will need to stop again. I'm inclined to agree, given the amount of fuel he's got left. He doesn't seem to really be saving any. So, unless he's going for a splash and dash onto the softs at the end.
That's tyre squealing and it's Andy in the wall. Towards Druids, he's clipped the gravel coming out of Panic Hill Bend. Away he goes, but Marley now going to close in then, so that probably saves Owen from having to look over his shoulder. But Andy's now, Andy's lying at the rears up again. Oh, wow.
Fortunately for Andy, he is going to the end, and Marley does have to stop again. So it's more Joker that Andy will have to worry about.
Yeah, Joker has been closing in on Marley. That was 4 seconds a few laps ago. It's now just 2.7. Marley up the inside of Andy into Surtees, but Andy hangs on around the outside. Dusty Fossil's there as well, but I think he's due a pit stop soon. He's fine on tyres, but hasn't got the fuel. On his merry way. Blue Flag has meanwhile closed in on Switchback. That was 2.4 seconds. It's now just 0.8 of a second. Oh, and Dane turns in on his teammate nearly. Nearly contact between the Brawn cars. Now, can he do anything about holding Blue Flag up for a couple of corners? And the answer is squeezes him to Druids, but Blue Flag down the inside.
There we go.
Blue Flag then lights the rears up so he gets the move done.
Yes,
Dane fires it down the outside into Graham or Ben, but Blue Flag holds position. Oven is in.
Very quick pit stop, to be fair.
Quick stop there, splash of fuel, tyres are on, and he's come out ahead of Andy.
Just ahead.
Now on the soft tyre, you imagine Oven should just have the pace to eke away.
That's what he needed, that moment from Andy on the last lap. Just giving Oven what he needs, he doesn't have to get past him now. Just have to run away, Andy, or...
Squealing tyres. imagine will be in this time. So Rom's lead is now 11.5 seconds in, so he has just inched away in this final stint. Some tyre squealing. Who was that? Was that Homer? Possibly Dane. Switchback is in.
Homer should be following him. Yep.
And he is. So where are Owen and Andy are quite relative to those, because you imagine the switchback will be fine.
Yeah, I think they should be just ahead by the time they come out, because obviously they don't need to put a huge amount of fuel in. Homer's probably going to come out just behind Owen.
Let's wait.
And Andy.
It's be close. Oh, he's going to arrive.
It's very, very close.
Right at the same time here, aren't they? Homer's out and away.
Oh, he's got ahead of him.
He's getting up to speed. Oh, Andy's in the gravel. Oh, is he going to go round? Oh, he saved it.
Jeez. Can we stop watching Andy now, please?
It's terrifying watching your teammates go around that corner. Oh, nice to read about druids now as well.
Oh, God.
So the battle's on for fourth. Homer, Owen, Andy. Marley's still there, but due a pit stop. Joker's in the background as well. Just the Fossils in for his soft tyres.
That could be the battle to watch coming towards the end.
And Mikey's going backwards down Paddock Hill Bend. Now the history of the circuit is that actually Brands Hatch used to be an anti-clockwise circuit, but not tonight, Mikey. So if you just go clockwise, I'm sure your team would appreciate that. Thank you.
I'd say, ironically, if it was anti-clockwise, he'd still be going the wrong way, albeit facing in the correct direction.
So Ron then has edged his lead up to 13.3 seconds then, lapping solidly in the 24s, while Blue Flag in the 25s. So Ron just has the pace. Mikey has Pagani's just pointed out that Mikey is now P11.
Hey, there we go.
That's good. P11's good.
I wouldn't put it past Lennon to quit just to make sure Mikey gets P11.
It's very noble of you, Lennon. Marley is in from P8. Where's Dusty Fossil?
Bit far back.
Sterling, yeah, I think he'll probably be okay. Fuel going in. Imagine there's a lot of fuel going in Marley's car. Lots of fuel going in Marley's car.
That's quite a lot.
Quite a lot, yes.
Drive home afterwards.
He's on his way again. Dusty Fossil then coming over the start finish rate now. So he's got 6.6 seconds to try and close. Both of them now on the soft tyre.
Just seen a purple sector from Switchback.
Pushing on then.
So impressive, seeing as fastest laps are 23.4. I mean, he's got a lot to do to catch Blue Flag, to be fair, but...
Purple again then. To Sterling. So Switchback
you just got to keep pushing at this point. You never know when somebody's going to have
20 seconds to try and close to Blue Flag though, so it's a big ask.
Point for fastest lap though?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 2 points actually. Maybe.
It does, yep.
Yes. Can't remember this point or 2 points. I'll tell you what, the amount of bother that Rom has had, it's just incredible pace to be this far ahead.
Yep.
The strategy as well has obviously helped, but even so.
He's driven this superbly. Didn't lose his head after that early moment he had. Obviously, we didn't see the moment he had, but he lost about 4 or 5 seconds. But in the grander scheme of things, he'd only be further up the road.
Only thing I'll say is the medium tyres he's got on, getting fairly worn towards the end of the race, but he's not. I'm just going to say he's not the one to let off the gas.
6 laps to go there, that'll be fine. The fuel low is low now as well, so I don't think that'll wear too much before the end of the race. Blue Flag's in.
Oh.
Why is Blue Flag pitting?
What on earth?
Now, he's already used the soft tyres, so he can't go on them again. This is interesting.
I have no idea what he's doing here.
What's going on here?
Fresh mediums.
He's got a soft tyre. He's already used the soft tyres.
Oh dear. Oh dear,
oh dear. Oh, somebody's forgotten the rules.
Stewards?
I think Blue Flag's forgotten the rule. He only allowed soft tyres
dear.
once. Well, he hasn't lost anything, he hasn't gained anything, but if he's going for fastest lap, I don't think we can allow that.
Well, this will definitely be referred to the stewards. It's obviously that's what he's going for.
Yes,
He's
he saw he had the gap, thought fresh tyres, let's go. Oh, right, yeah, size pitted for fastest lap and clicked softs by mistake. That old chestnut.
Ooh. Oops.
Oh,
he's got to come in again and change. Yeah, I suppose he'll be let off.
That's going to drop him behind switchback.
And Homer, but maybe.
Yes, it's going to be tight because like Homer's there, and Orban's not far behind, and Andy's not far away either. That's a brave call to try and get the fastest lap on medium tyres when you've got switchback who's just done it on softs.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Trying to beat a 23.4 on, I would say nothing to lose, but if you spin off, then absolutely something to lose. All right, and he comes
again. So yeah, blue flag.
Watch him come out on the intermediates.
No, nobody was that stupid.
Pit crew have bought the right tyres out this time. This reminds me of Zandvoort last weekend, the running round with the tyres.
So he's going to come out.
Well, I don't think fastest lap is going to be in his thoughts now. His thoughts are going to be catching and overtaking switchback. Oh, who's off in the background? I saw somebody disappearing. Oh, it's Mikey. Never mind.
Oh, Joker's in the pits now as well.
Joker has also used the soft tyres. He started on the softs.
Yes, so hopefully he's just going to go for the mediums.
Fingers crossed. He is.
Yeah, he's on the mediums again. That's
again, okay. An ambitious attempt at fastest lap, maybe, or just
maybe you have the gap. Maybe just put yourself on some clean, fresh tyres.
Playing it safe,
sure you don't have any issues at the end.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't now have an incident. And,
and he's having an incident.
Oh no.
He's in the wall.
Oh, no, where is he?
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's left the room.
Oh no. Nil points for One Motorsport.
Let's go.
Well, they have.
Yeah.
Well, Rom now has a 33-second lead after all of that, so he is now very, very comfortable. He can just sit and cruise around here. He's still in the 24s.
As I said, he's not the type to sit and cruise around, but he's got a big enough gap now. It doesn't really matter.
Certain unsafe release who went for fastest lap at the end and binned it at Big Willow. Rom probably could have an accident and still carry on and be okay.
That would be in the classic catalogue of FTRL moments.
Went down to 5th. So he's had a moment, so we're out lap because Oven and Homer have got ahead of him. It's all unravelled a little bit of a blue flag there. He was nailed on P2, but an attempt to go for 2 more points has ended up costing himself significantly more. So, well, Mikey is heading the back way into the pit lane. You can't go that way, sir. Taking the James Hunt line back into the pit lane. Joker has a twitch there, so comes out of Grenville Bend. Solid job from Dane tonight as well. Very little practice. Well, no practice to be fair coming in. Maybe a little bit before, but solid P9.
Yeah.
That's a good pace last night as well. Podium as well. So Laguna Seca. Excellent job.
Yeah, this is not an easy track and car combination to handle. So
he had a bit of a torrid time in GTI last season. It was race 1 GTI, and he had a bit of a torrid time in the Ferrari, to say the least. So this one's got significantly better for him, thankfully. Mikey has another donut.
he's having a good time.
He's having a great time.
Well, even though he's lost his P11, he's having a good time.
He's going to be furious, isn't he? Absolutely.
Oh my god, he's 3-point turning in front of Dusty Fossil. He's coming down the straight. We're okay.
We'll appreciate that. With some choice words into that crash helmet. Also, can we just point out Dane's crash helmet, please? You can get on the camera to see it.
Let's have a look. Oh.
Get a bit of a close-up. But Raphael for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Outstanding work.
Excellent job. So the gaps for the podium positions have widened out quite a bit.
Yeah,
Owen's
so
not
now-
managed to hang on to Homer, and Blue Flag is... I don't know what Blue Flag's done. I have no idea what Blue Flag's done.
I'm lost as well. Yep, no idea.
I was looking at in-laps and out-laps, but he's got 3 laps in the 130s on his timeboard, so...
Bit of a glitch, isn't it? Obviously, he pitted
Well,
lap 33, then gone back in on lap 34.
No, I don't think it's
35
a
would be his
glitch.
out lap, wouldn't it? So yeah, so it'll be
I don't think-
in laps
I don't think-
33, out lap 34, and out lap 35.
And then...
The 29.3 is
and then 39, 29, 3, 39, 2 I've got on the board.
now doing a new personal best as well, so Owen's still motoring on.
Doing very well. Unfortunately for him, Homer's also done a personal best, significantly quicker.
5, yeah. That's not left from Homer. It's only a tenth off on the fastest lap there from Homer, so a very quick lap there from him. Meanwhile, coming up to the final corner for the penultimate time then, Rom is untroubled by everything around him. Had some early dramas, but they are now very much in his rearview mirror, as is the rest of the field. He's going to start his final lap. A dominant performance from Rom. Guy saying that Jadon has absolutely smashed this. He has indeed.
He really
Stepping
has.
in. That's an excellent week for him. BWT will be very thankful for the solid points all. Him in P4, Marley in P7, who just kept himself out of trouble in a quiet race, but only 2.5 seconds behind Joker as well. So Joker has a slip up on this last couple of laps.
Yep.
Every chance of taking P6 as well.
He is one of the ones that came in to pit for fresh tyres.
As Rom then heads onto the GP loop, Switchback is just starting his final lap. That is the advantage he has, 32 seconds. This is one of the more dominant races we've seen.
Yep.
Obviously strategy's played a key in that. Obviously Blue Flag getting a little trigger happy. Oh, Mikey's going off again, isn't he? Yeah, Mikey's cooking some grass. Dominant performance from Rom through Sheen for the final time. Into the grass, hopefully for the final time. Out of Sterling's with a bit of a slide. Trying to throw it away. And doing a celebratory weave down the straight, then into Clock Curve for the final time. He has been dominant up front, and it
Great
is victory in week 7 for Rom and Team Rebellion. First week
Excellent
in new colours.
drive. Dusty Fosler's
Superb drive.
cleverly pitted so that he didn't have to do another lap. So he's finished P8.
He was fairly safe. I think he was a good minute or so ahead of Dave as well, so fairly solid P8. So gets him over and done with a little bit earlier. Switch back then, despite a couple of spins.
Yeah.
Solid P2 from him.
Good race overall. Others made many, many more mistakes, so that's his reward.
Indeed, great job from him. Solid P2 from Switchback.
Good night for
Excellent
Rebellion.
drive as well. Again, another one who had a couple of dramas, but he's come back to him. Solid P3. As he comes across the line. And then Ovens. Starring performance from him, then P4. He'll be very, very happy with that. Blue Flag, what might have been. He's going to put it to the wall. And if you want to hang on for about 15 seconds till Joker gets there, that'd be great.
Well, he's thinking about it. There we go.
He's going to J turn over the line. Back to the line for P5. Joker then. 1.6 to Marley. Marley's closed in on the final lap, but Joker will hold on. P6, Marley P7. Then coming across the line of P9. And that is the final finish with Mikey already across the line.
Excellent stuff. One of the more interesting strategic races I think we've seen this season, despite the sort of the winning margin in the end.
Very much so. So a dominant victory from Rom then. He wins by 32.8 seconds in the end there, making that one-stop strategy to perfection. Switchback comes home for P2, and an excellent week for Rebellion, rounded off by Homer getting a P3. Oven P4 for BWT, great job from him. Blue Flag in P5, he will be barely disappointed with that. And look how close he got to the fastest lap. 23.483 against the fastest lap from Switchback, which is a 23.445. So that is how close he came. Joker then gets P6 in the lead BWT car, just ahead of Marley in the second WRT car. So BWT car is Marley, P7. Dusty Fussell in P8. Dane, solid job from him in P9. Mikey ends up P10. And then the two retirements, Lennon and Andy in the Motorsport cars.
I'll say for the all-important teams championship, the newly merged Rebellion team were in 5th place. Obviously, for those unaware, you need to get top 4 to go into the final. Rebellion were in 5th place, only 6 points behind Team WRT and 15 points behind Team Halfords. So that would have absolutely catapulted them up.
Yeah, they're going to be right in the mixer. So
it's going to be really interesting.
Big weeks needed in GT1 tomorrow. We are back at 8:30 and we are at our top of the list. And for the first time this season, we are guaranteed some rain tomorrow. So do tune in for that. It is our week 7 endurance at GT1 from the Autopolis GP circuit. We are back in the Group 2 Honda NSXs. And it is going to be wet. Well, at least it's going to start wet. How the race finishes, we don't know because the final segment of the race is unknown. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out then. So, what can we take away from tonight then? Brom now the man to beat for GT2 title?
I mean, yes. I don't think there's any other way of looking at it after that. I mean, obviously he's got the clearly got the advantage in the endurance races, but if Blue Flag had stayed where he was, it still would have been very, very close at the top. As it is, Rom's got a much bigger advantage. So yeah, like you said, the man to beat.
So of course we've got 2 weeks left to qualify now for GT2 anyway, to qualify for the final week. So we've got next week we're back at Watkins Glen for the sprint races. I'm a big fan of Watkins Glen, but it will induce some close racing. Again, it's quite a simple track, and that just tends to bring the appeal together. So 3 races from Watkins Glen, and then in week 9 it is the GT2 wet week from the Tokyo East Outer Loop.
Really interesting.
Drivers back in the cars we've seen tonight, the Subaru BRZs, and they will be enjoying some wet weather again. So a couple of weeks, get some practice in, make sure they are not slipping and sliding everywhere in a couple of weeks. But tomorrow it is the turn of GT1 to tackle the torrid conditions. How are you feeling about tomorrow, Sean?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Oh, well, there we go then. Confidence streaming out of my co-commentator for tomorrow. I'll share that confidence, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll see you at some point around the track.
More than likely, yes. Well, that's it for this evening. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined the stream and commented. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do like the stream before you go. Like that like button, push it, get the blue thumbs up. Back tomorrow, switch back, and as yet unnamed commentator, possibly Blue Flag, will be taking you through all the action tomorrow, and we will be on track, and you can watch and see how we get on. So yes, we will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.